Hi, Lori Craig with Splitcoaststampers, and today I'm going to show you how to use dies to create a scenic shaker frame. This is a perfect project as we head into the holidays. It's fun for tags, ornaments, and card embellishments. So let's get started. Here are the things that you'll need. You will need some assorted cardstock to create your scene. You will need neutral cardstock to create your actual shaker frame. You'll need a piece of fun foam, craft foam, and for this project you'll want the foam that has the adhesive on the back. You'll need a sheet of acetate. I'm using a piece from an old stamp set, but you could also use acetate packaging or a clear page protector. You'll want dies to create your scene. This cute set is called Pocket Page Winter Dies from Top Dog Dies. And then you'll also want 3 nesting shapes to create your frame. So I've chose circles, but you could use any kind of nesting shapes that you had available. You need a large, a medium, and a small. For our sample, we're going to use the circles. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the largest circular frame, and I'm going to take a piece of my cardstock that I'm going to utilize to create the shaker base, and I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. This becomes the back of my shaker frame. So I'm just going to set that aside. Next, I'll create both the finished piece and the depth for my shaker frame. So I'll need the largest circular die and the smallest circular die. I want to nest these two together so they create an even frame. Need to make 2 different cuts with this same set of dies together. So I'm going to tape mine into position so that I can use it twice and get the same accent pieces cut. If you had a magnetic plate, this would help here and you would be able to forgo the tape. But since I don't have a magnet plate, I'm going to use the tape and it works just fine. I should note that as I'm working, I have the cutting side of the dies down towards my table and I'm actually applying tape to the back side. I'll just lift it up. I'm going to make my first cut with these 2 dies oriented in a perfect circle with my fun foam. So place the cut side toward the foam, run that through my Big Shot. As the foam pieces come out of my Big Shot, then I'm going to gently peel away the negatives from my cuts, first the outer rim, and then I will poke out the center, leaving myself with the foam frame. I'm going to use a little flat edge tool that I've had for a long time from Creative Memories, but you could use a craft knife or flat edge. And I just want to gently pry the fun foam away from the pair of dies that are taped together. The tape has a tendency to hold on to the foam, and it could stretch it out if I pull it too hard. I don't want it to lose its shape while I'm working with it. Pull the foam away, flatten that out. Now I'm going to use the same set of dies with a piece of cardstock, and this is going to produce my finish to my frame. Run that through my Big Shot. Now the paper will lift away from the die cuts much more easily than the fun foam. I have my fun foam for depth. I have my cardstock piece for finished frame when I have my shaker created. And now I am ready to build my scene. All right, so using our largest and our smallest nesting circles, we have created the back side to our shaker frame. We have created the fun foam frame that gives us the lift, and then we have created the final top piece that gives it a finished edge. And we are ready to decorate the inside. So I'm gonna set that aside. Using the middle size nesting shape, I am going to use my 2 neutrals from my backdrop, and I am going to cut 3 different pieces. I'm going to cut my acetate window on my shaker. I'm going to cut my background piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to cut 1 circle that allows me to create snow-covered layers because this is going to be a winter scene when I'm finished. So to create my snow-covered layers, I could use a die cut, or in this case, I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors and create a little hill scene. So I'm going to nest that like this, and I think it would be cute if I had 2 different snowy hills. So I'm going to take the negative that's cut away, and I'm actually going to cut a second hillside. Okay. I'm going to layer these just like so. I'm going to take the background piece, I'm going to put it the good side down, and I'm going to work on the uncut side. Okay. And I'm going to take my background for my snow-covered scene, which is the blue cardstock. I'm going to adhere that in the middle of my largest scalloped circle. I'm going to add my snow-covered hills. Die cut pieces to accent in here, but you could also, of course, do some stamped images. Okay, and every so often I'm just going to lay my frame over the top here so that I can kind of keep in check the center part where I'm actually working. That's going to show through my acetate. Now I'm going to take my die cut shapes, which I've done off camera, these cute little trees. These are really fun. They've got long stems on them if you want to do tall trees on your card front. And I'm just going to nest these in my snowbanks, and I'm going to kind of keep that frame there to make sure that it kind of fits. Okay. Then I can glue those down. And I have my cute little deer. I'll glue that down as well. Okay.
So using liquid glue, I am going to attach my fun foam piece to my scene. I'm going to put liquid glue on the back side of the fun foam. This is the side opposite of the adhesive that came on the fun foam when I purchased it. I'm going to press that down over the top of my scene. The liquid adhesive is important here because it helps make a seal, and it will hold your beads and sequins in the center of the shaker when you're finished.
Scene inside, and then my layer of fun foam with the adhesive to the top. So that is important. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to set an acrylic block on the top of it, just like so, to give it some pressure so that it's not warped when it finishes drying. And here's one that I had done off camera that's all dry and ready to go. So this is my fun foam that has an exposed sheet of the craft adhesive, so I can lift that away to expose the adhesive. Then I have my fun little winter mix. This is called Frosted Snowfall from Verve. Okay, I'm just going to drop some sequins in there. You could also use micro beads. Okay. There's some cute little snowflakes in this mixture, so I want to make sure I get a few of those. Okay. Now I'm going to lift that peel away paper off of my fun foam so that it's all sticky. I'm going to take a circle that I've cut with the middle-sized die out of my acetate, and I'm going to just seal all of the sequins into the center. Okay. That fun foam gives it just enough lift that it does some shaking action inside my card. And then I have my top frame piece that complements the back side. Okay. And I'm just going to adhere that right over the top, still sticking with that exposed fun foam. Okay. And here is my shaker element, and I am ready to attach it to a card front or add ribbons and trims to make a nice little ornament or a gift tag. So thank you for stopping by today. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.